Welcome, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Hopefully it's not in the middle of the night when you're watching this live. Welcome to our Thursday Advanced Trainings with me. I'm Petra, if you're new. I've been doing this now for almost a year and a half here with Healy Corporate. We thought it's going to be 6 months and now we are sailing into the second year. And I'm honored. Honestly, I am honored that this has become such a beautiful space so we can actually learn together. So I'm all about community and I'm all about transformation, and Healy is one of the devices that I love dearly and I use daily, in one way or the other. And we have covered so many different topics, but tonight I am so blessed and so excited to actually share this topic of Bach flowers in our beautiful blue app, which is our Heal Advisor Analysis app, which is the Resonance app. And tonight's guest is a beautiful person that I recently physically met in Brisbane, and I am so honored that she went on a holiday to Australia and actually came to meet me. And she was my fan first, and now I became her fan, and I am truly in love with this connection. And honored to have this and to meet all of these beautiful people in my life. So tonight we are blessed to have her. She is not only a master Reiki practitioner, but also a Bach flower practitioner for, wow, many years. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was 1998, I think she said. If not, she will tell you. But she's been doing this for a long, long time. And we have explored things together while she was here, and I am so excited to share this with you and her knowledge. We are going to have a beautiful conversational session. We're going to look at today about the theory of Bach flowers and the beginning of Bach flowers, but then we're also going to do a live analysis. So I'm going to scan myself, and our beautiful guest will actually do analysis on me and add her extra knowledge. And at the end, you will, not only at the end, but in our Facebook group, you will be gifted this amazing, beautiful guide that has literally almost 80 pages, yeah? And it will give you a deep dive into the Bach flowers for you to explore. And you'll have in the guide, we prepared like a note section with some prompts and questions for you to actually dive deeper into the Bach flowers in your own life so you can start exploring. But without further ado, I just really, really want to introduce my beautiful friend, and so honored to have you here, Kirtida Shah. I'm just going to unmute you. I hope I pronounced that correctly, but I am so honored to have you here, Kirtida. Maybe unmute yourself so we can hear. Welcome.
Thank you, Petra, so much. Good evening, good morning, and I don't know what time of the day we are because I'm joining with Petra today. So people from all over here. I'm really honored to share this screen with Pace or the meet with all of you and Petra especially. We had amazing conversations when we met each other, and the time just flew by. Like it was almost 3 hours, and we never knew that we have been for so long with each other. And it was like we knew each other all the time. It was never like I'm meeting her for the first time. It was such a beautiful meet and such a beautiful memory. And today, yes, I have been a Bach flower practitioner, as she rightly said, from 98, 99, and I learned a very like a Tamil language from a lay person, you know. I never went to any grade schools or certificates or anything. When I learned it, I started giving my children. They were like small at that time, and I saw them that how beautifully it helped them. And still, I was a Reiki teacher by then, but I never thought of becoming a practitioner or a teacher. And one day in the class, one of my students, she had this suddenly bout of sneezing and everything, and she said, "Oh, auntie, this happens, when the weather changes for me." I said, "Okay, wait, I have something to offer to you." And I just gave her one dose of one remedy, and the symptom disappeared. So then he was the one who said, "Why don't you teach us? Why don't you teach us?" I said, "I don't know how to teach this. I'm just practicing for myself and my children. He said, "No, auntie, just go ahead and do whatever you can." And then I started taking these small, small workshops. And the best thing about a teacher is, you learn a lot because you have to prepare yourself to share the knowledge with somebody else. So that started my basic teaching and everything. And now I've been teaching past for more than like 20 years. And they have become a part and parcel of my life. And a single day doesn't go where I don't use Bach flower remedies for myself. And healing, bringing the Bach flower remedy into my life, make it more simpler and easier. You all have experienced Bach flower remedies through the healing, definitely. And some of you would have used it yourself also, the conventional way of using remedies. So this is how I came into remedies, and this is how it has impacted in my life, in the sense like my own grandchildren or my own children, every day we have some Bach flower remedy to order. And one beautiful thing which happened, like when my daughter delivered the second baby, the older grandson, because he was going through this kind of, like not given enough attention from the mother, or not given enough attention, whatever he used to receive when the second child arrived. And when he go into tantrums, he knew what he has to take. He will say, "Give me something to calm me down. I need some pills right now. Because they've been grown up using these remedies as babies from the first vaccination or the first visit to the doctor. And we can see how beautifully they are growing without having any fear or any inhibitions in their life. So Bach flower remedies are a beautiful thing to be used on plants, animals, babies, people, or any situations of your life. And this is how I use it day to day in every areas of my life. So let me just tell you something about who brought these remedies into our life. So if you have heard,
So before you go into that, so let's just I love that you're here. I'm just really honored. And you have so much knowledge around this. But before we dive into the knowledge, I need to do the housekeeping. So let's just share some basic things that we know that we need. So I'm just gonna, so as we know, every Thursday I need to do this. Sorry, guys. But we know that Healy as devices, as much as we love them, they are not magic pills. They are not meant to or intended to cure, treat, or mitigate any diseases, or prevent any medical conditions. So make sure that you are using them mindfully, and that you are looking at your body holistically. And tonight is about that. It's looking at the body holistically. And Bach flowers are an amazing remedy, and Kathita will actually share all about them and how to use them. Just wanted you to know that this is in educational purposes only. You need to make sure that you take responsibility for your health, your wealth, your emotions, your mental health, whatever that is, because we are the ones holding the reins of our life. Yeah. So I'm just gonna stop here, and then Kathita, please do share, how Bach remedies actually happened, how they came about, what they really are. I want to know all of that, please.
So we have been gifted by these Bach remedies by one Dr. Edward Bach. So way back, he had a very short life, 150 years of his life. And he was a doctor practicing homeopathy, very successful homeopathy practitioner. But he thought that something is lacking over here. And in the last 6 years of his life, he went into wilderness, leaving his practice. So this is what we call one of the Bach flower remedy, which is called walnut, which helps you to find the purpose of your life. So he was a walnut personality, and he felt that something is calling him. And he left his practice. He went to the wilderness of UK, especially a place called Mount Vernon. He didn't know what he was looking for. But his intuitive skills has developed so much that he used to know intuitively that what plant has a quality to help him. So the first the symptoms used to appear in his body, and when he is moving around in wilderness, whichever plant or a leaf appeal to him, he will just pluck it and put it on his tongue. And that energy of that flower or a plant or a part of the flower or plant also will bring the transition in him. So the beautiful thing about Bach flower remedies is that it has not been experimented in laboratories or on people or animals or anybody. It is just by his own intuition, whenever he was guided to, he used just pluck something and he just put it around him. And the vibrations or the healing energy will just help him in this way. So Dr. Bach remedy, in the beginning, he just found out 12 remedies and he called them 12 healers. He has written only 2 books in his life, 12 healers and Heal Thyself. Before that, whatever work he had worked upon and written down, he burnt it himself before he passed away. You know why? Because he didn't want anybody to complicate his system. He wants to make it as simple and natural as the nature itself is. So these remedies are plant-based remedies. Now, when we say plant-based remedies, they are not like plants which have some kind of a curative or a healing properties. These are the energy of the plants which are already having a holistic healing powers to help any of our whatever say anger or emotions or depressions or any negative aspect of any human being, any living being, whether it will be plant itself or animals or anybody. So these curative properties of ashwagandha remedies make them more special than any other plants like say ginger or therapy plants or other herbs or whatever we use for ourselves in the physical body. It is a
Katida, sorry to interrupt you. You are cutting out, and there's a lot of echo at the back, and people not clearly hearing you. Can you do something for me? Can you go down to the microphone icon and click on the little arrow next to it and go to audio settings? And under audio, if you scroll down, you should see high, there should be like this little square that says high fidelity music mode and echo cancellation. Do you have echo cancellation ticked?
So I have auto, low, medium, and high.
I didn't hear you properly. So when you go into the microphone, so in microphone icon, and then go to the little arrow.
Auto.
So audio, yes.
I went there. I got echo cancellation, yes.
So you have that ticked?
Yeah, I did that. Is it better?
Okay. It's still quite not as good sound. It could be the internet.
Okay, can I reduce the volume? Is it better now?
Yeah, this is a bit better.
Can you hear me? Is it better now? Is it better now?
Do you have headphones at all that you could use?
I do have headphones, but I'm not using them actually. Do you think it is better now?
It is a bit better. Yes, so everybody's saying it's a bit better. So let's try that.
Okay. See if you can hear me better.
Yeah, I can hear you better now. So let's see if everybody else is. Yeah, so they're hearing you better now. And talk a little slower. So people, because it's interrupting in between with the internet.
I get it, yeah. Okay, so you ask me a question, I'll answer again.
Yeah, no worries. So you were talking about, how the Bach flowers came about, and that they were quite intuitively created. And you were talking about different personalities and how, you know, specific Bach flowers and specific plants could co-interact or interact or counter-interact with specific issues, right? Would love to, if you could just let us know how Bach came about, you know, in actually developing that with his intuition.
So the Bach had an inner calling for himself, that whatever he was working with homeopathy, because he is known as a second Hahnemann. He had worked with the nosodes of homeopathy. But he knew something more is required for a complete holistic healing. Just working on the physical body was not sufficient. And that's the reason he left his practice and he went looking for in the wilderness of the UK, not knowing what he was looking for. So it was for him an inner calling, you know, because he was a personality of that kind of personality, a positive walnut personality, where he listened to his intuition and he left. How many of us can live, you know, something what we are very successful at just because to answer your inner calling? Not many people have that courage or ability to do it, you know. So Dr. Bach had that ability, and he went into wilderness, and every time, whatever he has experienced only on people or normal people around it. Not like a scientific thing or a laboratory or testing or making experiments about it. It was just like day-to-day people. When the situation occurred around him, he discovered a new remedy on his own. That's how it has come. So what are these Bach flower remedies actually? They are plant-based remedies. And how they are different from homeopathy or aromatherapy? In any other system, if you say, a part of a flower will be used to make something out of it. Either they dry or crush or make some powder out of it, or pound it or make some juice out of it. In Bach flower remedy, it's not like that. These plants most of them are weeds. They've been just grown in wilderness, and their energy comes from earth, air, water, and fire. Okay, the plant is planted in earth, so Mother Earth energy is captured. The air gives us, you know, the ripeness or the full bloom of the energy comes in the plant because of the air. The sun liberates the soul of the plant, and the water becomes as a carrier to move it to a higher dimension. So when the plant or a flower is about to, say it's in full bloom and is about to fall from the flower, or is about to like now going towards the drying part of it, this plant or flower is captured in a bowl of water and they are kept in the sunlight. So when they are kept in the sunlight, the flower or the plant, whatever it is, it will leave its energy in the water. And this energized water becomes Bach remedies. And this water cannot be preserved, right? It will get evaporated, right? So some tincture is added to it as a preservative, very, very mild brandy or apple cider vinegar, you know. If anybody has this kind of plant growing around them, they can make their own Bach remedies. It's as simple as that. So these Bach remedies comes in bottles like this, 20 ml bottle or 10 ml bottle or 30 ml bottle. And 2 drops of this remedy, if you put it on your tongue, and you just sit quietly for say 2 minutes also, you can feel some changes happening in your whole body. And why does that happen? Because the Bach remedies clears the disharmony between your spirituality and your mental body. It works more on your mental body. The blocks which the soul has created because of the personality or because of the life situation you're going through, you have created a thought in your head about yourself. And because of that mental block, you go through some emotions and feelings in your life. The remedy only clears that block. So how Dr. Bach describes is this, like if there is a snow-clad mountain and if the sun appears, what's going to happen? The snow will start melting away. So like that, when you take these Bach remedies, you'll start melting away your blocks, what you're having it. And the blocks can be today's blocks or deep-rooted trauma. Whatever you're carrying through, If you are giving the right remedy in a single dose also, you can make a difference. That powerful they are. And they're so safe to be used because none of the plants are toxic. All are non-toxic plants. Dr. Bach himself used to call them happy fellow plants, They all have only positive energies. And they are very safe to use. Why? Because there is nothing like overdosages. It's not medicine that overdosage can happen. Whatever your aura requires, or what your chakra requires, or what the blocks you are ready to let it go, the remedy will just work on it. If you do not require a remedy, and if you use that remedy also, the remedy will just not work on you. That's it. Because you do not require it. So that's why we can't say that the preventive in the sense, example, suppose I'm having a fear or a nervousness, say about addressing so many of you, as I was telling Petra that I'm nervous because I'm sharing screen with her. Otherwise, I've been taking classes on my own and I'm comfortable with it. I have no nervousness about it. But for me, today, a different platform, right? So I will take a Bach remedies, which will help me to release that thought form, because it's a thought form created because of today's situation. It's not that every day I have this situation, isn't it? So anytime you go through anything, and if you take a particular remedy, what is required, single dose is enough. But then some people have type remedies. What are type remedies? I'm a personality and this is my type of personality. So for changing that personality, which I'm having for, say, years together of my life situation, what I have become, then I need to take for a longer time of that remedy for me to change my personality totally. So there are something which are immediately which will work on you, some which you need to take for a longer time for you to bring a changes inside you. You want me to say anything else? So you can
no, that's amazing, Kirtida. I love that. What I would love to know, when you got introduced, or where Bach flowers were introduced to Healy, what is it that you love the most when using Healy and Bach flowers together?
This is the most beautiful thing what I found it in, like if I see my analysis, what I've been taking for, say, past so many months, some of the remedies I never thought that I required. I never thought that I required, because I'm still seeing my personality as how I'm able to perceive it. But the Bach remedies analyze my deep-rooted subconscious need for certain remedies. So example, I will say, remedy came honeysuckle. I said, honeysuckle is for living in the past. I said, I'm not living in my past. I'm so much in present. I've been a healer for so many years, more than 25 years. I worked on my past completely. I've just let it go. I have nothing to hold on or refer that I regret. My past was like this, because my present is more beautiful than my past also. But this particular remedy kept coming up, and I thought, let me take it. I vibrated, I feel the difference. But one day I took physically that remedy, drops in my mouth, and I could realize that why Healy was telling me that you require this remedy. So why it was coming up? Because sometimes you hold on to your past, not the negative past, but the positive past also, isn't it? And you think that, oh, I'm like this, or I was like this, and you're not letting go and just being in the present, And it's so important for you to let go of something, to be in the present more and move forward more. Yeah? And another remedy which came up for me, which some of it, which I remember that, oh, I need it. I know them, But another remedy which came up for was pine. I was saying pine is remedy for guilt and regrets, So then I was saying, what am I guilty about? What am I regretting in my life? Then I understood that I regretted the lost time. I could have done so much better in my life, which I have not done till now, and I'm already 69, and I feel I have such short time to live, and why did I waste my time, earlier? So the Bach remedies to Healy goes to the deep thing, which I would have never thought that I'm regretting anything or I'm living in my past. And both the remedies are connected with regrets are always of the past. Honeysuckle is also of the past. So something, when we are clinging on to something without, because it's not stressing me out, so I will never give attention to it. But
Yep.
the Healy can go to that deep level and help you. So sometimes you might think, I'm not like this. When you do analysis, no, it doesn't relate with me. But it does relate so much. Yeah? That the Healy is giving you the right frequency what you require. And that's how I find easy. And what I do every day, I'm fine means I'll just vibrate the whole analysis for 1 week. I'll continue the same analysis vibrating, say for 2 minutes, 50 seconds, 1 week. But the day I'm disturbed, the day something has affected my emotions, the day I'm, mentally not at peace, I will take a fresh analysis for that day, thinking of that thought and intention in my head. And I vibrate it for 27 minutes. By the time I go and freshen up, have my shower and come back, I'm as good as new. This is my experience with healing remedies. Because at that point, suppose even if I understand something, if I go and make remedies for myself, take the remedies for myself, all this is going to be one extra work for you. But the healing, you don't have to do anything. You just do the analysis, put it on for vibrations, just go around doing your morning rituals. And by the time you're ready for your breakfast, you're ready for the day also. That is the beauty of the healing for me. Yes.
I love that. And I love that we have it literally in the palm of our hand, in our pocket, and we can go with it anywhere we want to. And we don't have to have those remedies all the time with us, right? And I agree, like, you know me, like for all of you, right? I'm a true believer of combining powers, right? And like Kirtida said, Healy is amazing and it goes really deep into the quantum field in the space we are not aware of. And that's why I love it. Because normally for us as humans, our emotions, and Kirtida will probably say more about that, but in my experiences, no matter how much energy I see, or how many things I see, or how much textures in energy I see, when it comes to myself, my ego and my emotions and my mental patterns here on a physical can prevent me in seeing the things that I need to let go of, in seeing the things that are actually preventing me to move forward. And that's why I love Healy. Healy has no emotion. It just gives me bland, literally blunt, direct answers. This is it. Done. Either you accept it or you don't, right? And sometimes I laugh about it because when, my ego doesn't really want to accept it and I go, delete. I don't want to take a look at that one today. So, we have that option, right? But it's just going to prolong the situation. But we do have that option. But I do love what Katida said, right? We can scan it into the depth, but we also have an opportunity to not only vibrate that to us, but also for a long periods of time, even take the true Bach flowers in physical form as water, because we know, right? We had the session on Mag Healing. We know that we are structured water. We know that frequencies through structured water is what actually makes us and keeps us alive. But if we are just looking at, like Katida said, right? The physical part is not enough, because the physical part is only the reflection of what's going on underneath the energetics. Yeah. So what I would like to do, because we are like half an hour in, so we don't get lost and actually run out of time. What I would like us to do, Katida, is actually to do an analysis. So you can actually show everyone how to read it and how to actually look at it in a depth kind of point of way, so we can actually see how to read that. We can read all in Healy, but we sometimes don't really make sense of it, right? It's like, I don't know, right? So we sometimes don't know what to do with it. So it's really beautiful to see how someone with an extensive amount of knowledge can see things through Healy when we do the analysis. So I'm just going to share my screen, and I'm going to just do this right away, scan myself. And Bach flowers are amazing because there are only 5 of them that come up on Healy. Let's do this. Just tell me if you see my phone. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, yes. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to go into my resonance. Oh, here we go. Healy's always, there's too many Heelys. And then my app always disconnects from everything, no matter where I am. The blue app just goes out. Okay, so we're gonna do Bach flowers. Don't mind my database because I have a really old Healy and database has been moved, so I have doubled. Bach, where are you? Here you go. So Bach flowers, I'm just gonna scan myself and then Katita will tell me what's going on. Yeah, so I have not done this today. So we're gonna see what comes up and what do I need to change? So we're gonna look at that. Okie dokie. So, Katita, you can go and tell me what's wrong with me. Please don't do this. This was a joke.
If you see scleranthus, okay? So scleranthus is only 54%. And you can see scleranthus always when you have to make a choice between one or two. Okay, either or. So we can say scleranthus, Petra, are you going through any kind of decision making that should I choose A or B or should I do this or that?
Yes, I am going through that process. I'm in transition right now in my life.
Yeah. So scleranthus choice is always between two things, you know. Like should I pick up say red flower or a rose flower, you know, pink flower, like that. It's only two choices. It's never multiple choices. So whenever you want to make a decision or whether you want to focus on something or whether you want to have a clarity about what you need to do or bring down your choices, when you take scleranthus, immediately it gives you that ability to, this is what I want. It's not like a pendulum going like, you know, tick tock, tick tock. This is what I want. And that's what scleranthus is. Yeah. Beautiful. The next is willow. So willow comes up. All of us in some point of life, we would have felt resentment inside us, or we would have blamed ourselves or blamed even sometimes God, why me, you know. So willow is something deep-rooted resentment which is inside. Willow helps you to come out. So are you feeling any kind of resentment presently? Because it's 53%.
So yes, this week was an emotional week. So I've been really processing like old emotions that I haven't been really feeling it like in my life. But as you know, the things that are stuck in our bodies, we need to clear out. And when they come up, this is one of some of the really old emotions that I used to feel all the time. And this came up literally at the beginning of this week. So this probably is a residue of that energy that is still present in my field. And I am just processing through it and releasing and letting it go. So that, yes, that definitely resonates for this week.
Okay. Next is olive. Olive is always when you are mentally and physically tired. Because if you are doing one kind of activity all the time, olive remedy comes up. It's a very good remedy for anybody who is doing themselves strenuous physical work, and because of that they get tired. It's never that mental work is tiring the physical body. It's a physical work which is tiring the mental body. Okay. Or sometimes you are a caretaker for somebody all the time and you get tired, a mother taking care of the baby, or you are nursing an old person at home, sick person at home, and you are doing your daily duties every day. Or even if you have done your, say, gym, physical exercises, and your body is aching, if you take olive remedy, immediately you will see a sense of vigor or regeneration happens in every cells of your body. It's a beautiful remedy for any time, like how we run the fatigue program or regeneration program. Just taking the olive remedy can help you to feel that regeneration and coming out of that mental exhaustion. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So that is like that?
That is exactly what I'm working on. It is only 52%. So yes, I used to have an adrenal fatigue, and I'm working on my nervous system, and I am regenerating. It's getting much better, but it's still present, right? It's still. And yes. In my life, this is being me vulnerable, right? So you understand that it's not just the picture you see here on Zoom, and I'm quite honest with myself and others, and I just honesty is my highest value. So I started working when I was 14 and taking care of myself. So I've been working all my life. And if I'm honest, my soul is getting tired and I really just want to have a breakthrough to actually have a bit of rest. And my body has been screaming for rest. And I've been giving my body some compromises in between until I get to where my body really wants to be. So, and this is definitely resonates. It's not, I have a lot more energy now, but it's still present. So it is in a process of moving out of my body and out of my life, but it's not there yet. Completely honest. Yeah.
Yeah. And wine. When you say selfishness and tyranny, one stubbornly wants to enforce one will. It's not necessary that you're always you're being selfish and the wine remedy comes up for you. Wine remedy is for born leaders, people who are born as leaders and who can lead people. But they don't have that kind of patience for make everybody understand the point of view. So they will say, just do it. I know what you have to do and just do it. So, so it is not that every day will be a wine personality. See, maybe with my maid, I can become a wine personality at that time. Don't ask me questions. I'm asking you to do some work. Please do it, right? And with my child, I may not be that wine personality. So the wine can come up when it is required also. It doesn't make the person totally always like that. You get my point?
That is really interesting because I am too patient with people when I'm leading them and I give too much my energy. Maybe that's, to me, this sounds like I need to set some boundaries in order to actually lead in the right direction, to have firmer communication, because I tend to be too patient with people and, give them too many answers to what they want. So this is an interesting one. Yeah, I haven't got this before. So that's an interesting one coming up.
Yeah. So here you need to build up that ability to lead your team without giving them all the answers. Because you as a leader know what they have to do,
Yeah.
So sometimes they might find us that you are like a tyrant or a Hitler, but then it helps them better,
Yes, that is a problem. We all want to be loved and nobody wants to be a Hitler, right? Am I the only one? Seriously? But I get it. I know what you're saying. There's a balance in between. I am getting better. So this is my something I'm learning in this life. And yes, I am getting better at that, but obviously still things to learn. Okay, then the last one.
Yeah, cherry plum. Anything uncontrollable or unbearable, it is cherry plum. So are you going through any kind of situation physically, mentally, or emotionally, which is becoming too much for you to bear it or control it?
This was this week when I had emotional release. So for me, so you can understand why this is coming up, right? So you can understand it for yourself. When people say to me, or we talk about, for example, work on yourself, right? And release the emotion, feel them, release them, right? For me, I just don't just touch the emotion and feel them and then kind of let them go. For me, I go to the depths. So for me, if I look at something, I just don't sit there and go, oh, maybe I'll chip this away, maybe I'll chip this a bit more. I go there and I go into the depth. I look at all the levels and I pull everything out with the root. Yeah. And I do that in that moment because I know that I have the power to do that. Second, I have the ability to do that. Third, I literally, if I work with the energy that it's present because I have it right there. And that I get it. For a lot of people, especially with friends that know me really well, even for them that can be overwhelming but for me it works because that's how I transformed everything in my life. And this coming up actually just tells me exactly what I've been doing this week. Because then my body kind of gets it. Yeah, it draws the short line or the short straw because it needs to regenerate. Because I do so much work on energetic really fast, and then the physical body needs to catch up in order to actually work with that because I bring so much up. So definitely my body doesn't feel like it can bear it, but it can. But that's kind of how I had it all my life, and I've tried to change in different ways, and people were telling me, but do it small portions. Yeah, no, doesn't work for me. I've tried so many times, but that's just how I work, and I find ways to replenish and regenerate my body in different ways in order to balance that. But it's good to see that it's only everything's around 50%. I saw someone ask what are the percentages, right? So are you okay if I add on this with percentages, or do you want to add on this?
Anything below 50, I think you can neglect it or ignore it. Anything above 50, you need to think about it. And it's not necessary that it is there at this moment. As I said, how it came up for me, what was earlier deep down inside me. So the Healy scans something which is deep down. But sometimes instead of questioning also, you can read about it, ponder on it, but then trust and surrender. Like you just accept and you let it go. But if you are controlling and questioning and wanting to deal with it, it becomes more blocked actually, the energy. So the Bach remedies works on the cause. Effect is this. Cause is something else. So it goes and removes the cause, so the effect also goes away. So sometimes we are not totally aware of the cause at all. So because we can't choose here, depending on what percentage it comes, we have to vibrate the whole list. So it doesn't matter. Just vibrate the whole list. Depending on intensity, you can do whether 2 minutes 3 times a day, or 6 minutes 3 times a day, or 27 minutes 1 time a day. That you can decide depending on how important it is for you. If it is not very important, just vibrate 2 minutes and let it be. That's it. But if not, vibrate it even every 1 hour also, so that you are becoming more and more calm or stable inside you. That's how I will take the percentage actually.
Beautiful. I love that. And again, right, like for everyone asking, how long do I need to vibrate? As Katida said, this is also, I could like to call it a game, yeah, an exploration game. Try it and see how your body responds. You need to start learning about your body and how your body's communicating with you. Because if you're not listening to the body and its messages, even if you don't know the language yet, if you're not actually experimenting and exploring, then you will never understand the difference. Even when you vibrate Bach flowers, you will not understand the shifts and changes, the small, increments of change that are happening within your body. You need to start getting connected to your body in order to sense and see the change, because otherwise, it's going to work either way, but your mind will go there to say, oh, it's not working. And our mind is what's creating the reality that you live in. So it's really important to open your mind, not attach to things. Yeah. And also, please, when you read this analysis, I could take this personally. It says selfishness and tyranny, right? If I am wounded in my wound and seeing this, I could take this, oh my God, I'm a horrible person. Please don't go there. Yeah, I just really want you to understand that, yeah, the words are really harsh, but when we will show you the workbook, and that's why I love the workbook that Katida said and created, and we put it all together, is because I love that it actually represents, I will show you. So let's stop sharing. I'm just going to share the workbook for you. Here we go. So this is a workbook that we put together. So you have all the remedies and an extra rescue remedy, and Katida will talk about that. But what I love about it is, and I just love the illustrations that they put together, it's just beautiful. But it tells you what's the buzzword. So what's this about? It tells you the positive and so out of balance and balance, but it also tells you the behavior and personality about this Bach flower. And this is what I love, because I love to go deeper. And Kathita will tell you more about it. But what I've learned through here, looking at this workbook, is I've read the things that Healy came up with. And I could take, being selfish and I'm a tyrant, yeah, personally. But if I actually go deeper into the personality, I can look at the behaviors, and I can put like connections into my life where am I allowing, or where am I choosing those behaviors? I might not be that personality of the Bach flower, but there's certain energies within my life currently that are presenting as those behaviors, or me being a part of it, or vice versa, right? Me doing it. So I love this workbook just because of that, because it gives you an insight, and you can actually journal, you can put notes down while you're vibrating Healy. And we prepared questions for you, so you can actually put your thoughts down. When you scan yourself on Healy, you can go deeper into the Bach flowers, so you can start noticing things in your life. Kathita, would you want to add on this as well? How would you see this?
So whenever you take any one remedy, it has many factors below it. He really can explain only in one or two lines or two words, right? So we need not take literally what the words are there. But when you go into the depth of it, I'd like to give you one example, which is me. I only talk about myself. I don't talk about other people's example. So if I take one remedy called impatience, okay, I'm an impatience personality. Because of me being impatient, that means I don't have patience. She has a lot of patience, Petra, she says. But I was this personality impatience, and because of my nature, I need other remedies, like what? Say cherry plum, or like willow, or I can become a wine person also. Because I don't have patience, I might lose my temper with somebody, and I'll say, just do what I'm asking you to do, because I don't have patience, right? And it will come out as wine personality. Or I'll blame people. What a slow person you are. Why aren't you doing it so, at my pace? Because of my impatient personality. Or I might become hyper. And because of that, I might have BP problems or anything like that. So it is one type of personality which can give birth to so many other remedies what you require. So whenever the Bach remedies comes, you see the list every week and see which is constantly coming up every week. And then ponder on it. Am I this personality? So if I take, say, impatience remedy, when I started healing myself, I took almost for 1 year. And then I was able to be calmer. Otherwise, every room in my house used to have a clock to watch, to see the time. And all my eyes will be always on like, hurry, as if, the world is coming to an end if I don't do something on time. But punctuality was imbibed in me as a child in my school. So that made me like that, So then, because of that, I will never be relaxed. I'll be always like a wiry person. So when I understood the Bach remedies and understood what type I am, and I started working on it, so many other remedies I did not require at all, So this is how you go read the whole thing and see. When you start reading it, you will think you want everything. You require everything, you'll feel like that. It's not true. You have to really deep down see what you need, and then if you start thinking about it and take that one remedy, you will see you're sorted for life. Yeah? So this is a very important and very productive information which has been shared over here. Just read more about it and just ponder over it and try to see what personality you are, or use the Healy every week and see what remedy comes every week for you. And then you can take those remedies orally also to work on it. So do you think I need to say how to take orally, Petra?
Yeah, of course, you can. If anybody has the, because you can buy them, right? Wherever you are as well. So.
Okay. So let me talk about this rescue remedy. Rescue remedy is one remedy which everyone must have in the house. Okay, everyone must. Whether in your car boot or in your purse, you must carry wherever you go. If you see, this is a rescue remedy, and it comes like a spray. So you can just spray it in your mouth twice or thrice, and any crisis, whether it's a presentation, whether it's an examination, whether it is a major accident of your life, or whether it's a heart attack which is happening right now, moment you take rescue remedy, it's a combination of 5 remedies. So those combination of 5 remedies, how did Dr. Bach discover? When he was going through something and there were soldiers who were injured, and he didn't know what remedy to give them because soldiers are unconscious. So he just took 5 combinations of remedy and he just gave to them, and they recovered from their consciousness immediately. So he then made this combination of 5 remedies. Say cherry plum. Cherry plum is for anything, like whenever something happens for you, you will lose your control over it, isn't it? If an accident happens or a major situation of your life happens in your life, you lose your senses with your mind and body. Then clematis is, you might become blank. You don't know what to do about yourself at that moment, The rest of the person can go blank when something is happening all of a sudden. And then you might be in a hurry to come out of it. So impatience comes. And any emergency is always like life-threatening emergencies. That's why we call them as emergency. So rock cross will give you that panic or fear what you're going through. And Star of Bethlehem is a beautiful remedy to release any kind of trauma from your body. We all say that the moment you are born, you are carrying a trauma from transition from your womb to the outside world. Okay, the baby is registered the trauma already in the energetic field. So even a newborn baby, the first thing what we suggest in Bach remedies, give a bath with Star of Bethlehem. In the bathing water, you put a few drops of it. But the mother keeps taking it, so when the mother is feeding the baby is getting the energy from the mother like that. So these remedies are not something which only physically they work. By holding this remedy in my hand, the bottle in hand, the energy is coming to my body. By chanting the name of this energy also, remedy, I'm getting connected to the frequency of that remedy. Or even I can sprinkle on myself or apply on my pulse points, behind my ears, or rub it on the unconscious people on their lips, or rub it, added in oil on their feet or soles when they are in a ICU. You can't give them anything, right? Or you can compress them or mop them also with these remedies by adding it to it. Similarly, for plants also, you can just put it in your water can and water the plants. Or the animals, you can put it in their food also. Or you can put it in your boiling water also. So these remedies are not like homeopathy, which before food, after food, or you can't have combination with it, because they are not medicines. They are purest energy of the flowers and the weeds, which is found in wilderness. Right now also, you cannot grow them into a closed atmosphere to lose its properties. So the original Bach remedies still are grown in wilderness, just like how Dr. Bach discovered almost 87 years before. And that's how, and they will write an expiry date, but they never expire because energy doesn't have expiry date. You have to just write it for the sake of it, but otherwise it's not that. And you can mix these remedies with any of the things. Example, suppose you want to apply on your skin, you get something called rescue remedy. It's a cream. You just apply on your burns or any kind of marks you have in your body, or a pimple, or any kind of cuts or whatever. It should not be open wound. That's all. And you will see no scar will remain when you start using this rescue remedy. So what is this combination? It's a remedy called crab apple. So the crab apple and combination of rescue remedy makes it for any kind of skin issues. And we have something called sleep. Before Healy came in, this was my everyday ritual. Before I go to sleep, I'll put rescue sleep in my mouth and go. What does it do? Shuts my mind off from all the thoughts of the day, the clients, what I've seen, or what has happened in my life. And there's a remedy called white chestnut. White chestnut remedy say, if you're meditating and lots of thoughts keeps coming in your head, or when you're going to sleep, and all the days happenings, whatever has happened with you, that is going like playing like a record in your head. You are unable to switch off. The white chestnut will help you to switch off. So the sleep rescue remedy is white chestnut plus rescue remedy together. So like that, you can make your own combinations also. And they're easily available on Amazon, or they come from UK because they are UK based. But throughout the India, wherever you are, or throughout the world, wherever you are, these remedies are easily available. In India, especially because I think there are more students who are from India, you get Indian remedies. So what they do, they import the original remedies, they dilute it, and then they sell it further. So those are available in any kind of homeopathy shops. But because they are available in homeopathy shops, they are not homeopathy remedies, homeopathy pills. They are actually Bach remedies, which any homeopathy doctor also works with them, but they will not let you know that they are working on it. And these remedies can be used by with any other medicines, whatever prescription medicines you are taking also, because it will not interfere, because they are only working on your auric level. They are not working on your physical body at all. But since all the mental thought forms and emotions manifest as disease in our body, there are so many combinations which we give for particular physical symptoms. But the remedy combination will be different depending on each individual. The physical symptoms can be same, but the emotions and the thought forms can be different. So Dr. Bhatt said, never see the person. See what the person is going through. Check their mind, check the emotion, and just give the remedy accordingly. So we cannot give one prescription for A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D will have different prescriptions for the same complaints or same symptoms also.
Beautiful. Thank you, Katida. This is amazing. So now you understand that you can look at what's going on in your field, yeah, your bioenergetic field, in the quantum field of yourself, your body, things that we don't see and we're not aware of with Healy. And then you can vibrate that to your bioenergetic field, but also combine that with physical remedies if you need to. And Healy also gives you, if you saw that, I'm just going to share, stop this. I'm going to show you. So when you look at the analysis, it also shows you the essential oils, gemstones, and orchids. So if you have essential oils at home, you can also combine that with essential oils, right? And you can also combine that, you know, with other Healy frequencies. So it's really important. Like, I don't know if any of you, whoever is in our Facebook group, when we had the power of 3, my left eye got really puffy, yeah, which is connected to the kidneys. But whatever it did on a physical level, it didn't move it. So I started vibrating aura, I started vibrating Bach flowers, I started vibrating creating homeopathy. So I started vibrating vital substances. So I literally started doing things on an emotional level. And I'm not kidding, in less than 12 hours, gone. So literally I felt the lymph release down through my face. So we need to understand that frequency is truly powerful. And if you start combining things, you need to just listen to the body, what it really needs. Not just pushing because you think that something's right. Try different things and see what your body's needs truly are. Yeah. So before we go to questions, I just want to show you where you can get this workbook, yeah, that Katida and I put together so beautifully. Majority of it was Katida. Okay, so the workbook is available for you. It's free, and all you have to do is we're going to put this link in to the chat, as well as you're going to have it in our Facebook group. You pop your details here, and you can you will get an email inbox, literally telling you to download this guide. So it's going to be in your email, yeah. And in your email as well, you will find Katida's WhatsApp workshop that you can also apply to if you wish to go even further in depth with Bach flowers, if that's something that you would like to understand, and if you want to learn, you will have that opportunity to do that through the email as well. Yes, of course, recordings as always available first in the Facebook group. I will also upload them onto the YouTube channel. You will find them in your emails from Healy Corporate. So that is, as always, every week. If you are not in our Facebook group yet, if you're completely new, I will pop a link to the Facebook group in here as well. Just 3 seconds. So that is the Facebook group. Please, when you join, make sure that you are answering all the questions and ticking the box to agree to the rules. Otherwise, it's not going to accept you in because we have automations at the back. It will automatically decline, so you'll need to request again in order to come in. Anything else that you would like to add before we go to questions, Girdida?
One thing I will tell, don't make it so complicated in your head. Sometimes what I do, even if I don't, like Dr. Bach said, that if you are hungry, you go and eat something, okay? If you get up in the morning and if you are feeling, say, lack of confidence, take lunch. So every morning when I get up, I have a beautiful box of the 639 remedies, a beautiful centerfold box of all the Bach remedies. I'll put my hand on it. And I'll say, okay, which one do I need today? And intuitively, whatever picks up, I just take and put 2 drops in my mouth. That's what I used to do all these days, unless something really comes up. So trust your own intuition or trust your own body at what you require, instead of your mind that, oh, she said this only will work or this only will work. That's how make it very, very simple. And if it doesn't work, sometimes what happens when you take that 2 drops of remedies, what intuitively you have taken, some other layer will come up. Take that 2 drops again, some other layer will come up. Keep continuing till you are coming to one conclusion that this is what I require every day, or this is what I require for a longer time. In the onion layers, they will end at one time, but our layers, they don't end. Something or other will keep coming up. So running the Bach remedy in the Healy is a must for every day. It's not a choice or an option. Whether it's a physical body need or mental body or emotional body or spiritual. Actually, Bach remedies, I don't see them as a physical or a mental at all. They are a pathway to your spiritual journey. See, if I want to meditate, if my mind is full in turmoil, how can I meditate? If I take white chestnut, it's going to quiet my mind. If my body is not cooperating to sit there for so long for meditation, it is getting restless. And a remedy called Centauri. Or if I'm sitting there and my mind is going on thinking about the whole day, what I want to do, and excited with ideas, what I want to share immediately with somebody else, I take a remedy called wellbeing. So there are so many remedies which you can take it to enhance your spiritual life or whatever your focus or purpose in your life. So just use them every day in your life. Don't make it as an option that when I need, I'll use it. That's what I will strongly recommend everybody to use it.
And also, if you don't have them, just scan Healy. Like, use that, because at least frequencies going through the body, it will activate whatever needs to be activated, right? And you don't have to make it, like Theda said, please don't make it worse than it is. Yeah, don't take it personally and don't complicate things, because in essence, everything's really simple. Yeah, really simple. Our brain wants it really hard, but in essence, everything's really simple. Okay, we're going to go to a few questions because we are over an hour already. So if there's any questions, pop your hands up regarding Bach flowers. Otherwise, of course, I might scroll through here. If there's anybody else that needs any answering. So yes, so rescue remedies physically you can buy them in any health stores. You can in Australia you can buy them in normal market shops. But if you just search Bach flower remedies online, or if you go to stores, you can find them physically. Yeah, you can buy them. They're all over the world, not just here. Yes, Dr. C. Are you sharing today or are you asking today?
No, the thing is the batch flower I am using regularly, but I have purchased. I went to UK. I have purchased from UK because that the quality from the batch, the manufacturer themselves. Yes, since it is a original, but it is amazing. We cannot imagine. You know, so after purchasing only, I got the Healy. So that is a beauty.
You can always combine them. I always combine
really,
things as well.
very. But it is a wonderful. This one we have to. It is a daily learning. But batch flower, it is a this one. It is a beyond. There is no limitation. You can the application has no limitation. We cannot limit this much. This one for that. That's one. That is the potential for that one. I am using regularly. On daily basis, I'm using both the Healy and as well as from the original stuff UK. I have bought the original booklet also from the UK, that batch flower, because they are from the original the batch laboratory itself. Both the book as well as the stuff. It is amazing. You cannot.
Energy is, it's limitless. So, and our brain doesn't comprehend that. Unfortunately, we're not there yet. With now, finally, for those of you who, I know Vedic astrology is different, but for us in a different world of astrology, we are moving into Aquarius, and this is expansion of the mind, and our mind will start to comprehend what we are in energy. So slowly, we are just starting.
Batch flower, sky is the limit. That is no.
And like Rita said before, right? Layer by layer by layer. And when we think we know where our bodies energetically are ending, we find another layer. And we expand again. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Dr. C. I always love your sharings.
Thank you.
Manisha. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Mute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, you can pronounce correctly. I have one question. That which brand we have to, because I have heard first time, because I'm taking a Bach flower Healy through Healy, that remedy, but I have learned first time. So for first time, which brand I have to take if I go for online?
Which part of India are you, Nisha?
I am in Delhi, NCR, Noida.
So you just Google it, okay? In Amazon also you get brand. There's a brand called St. George, which is good. This New Life Bach remedies, those are also good. Hanuman Bach remedies, those are also good. Okay. And if you have a homeopathy shop nearby you, you can go and approach them also and check it out how they are,
Okay. Thank you.
Because when you buy from online, sometimes they ask you to buy the whole kit, and maybe you may not require a whole kit,
Yeah.
So you can invest in few remedies what you want, and then you can elaborate on it.
Okay. Thanks.
Combine them, right? Healy and the remedies physically, so you can then have a different effect on your body as well. Thank you,
I would like to add something here. When you buy the remedy from Indian shops, the way of consuming is different. Okay. So the Bach remedies, you can put, usually when you do a UK remedy thing, 2 drops from the original remedy into this 30 ml of bottle is enough, 2 drops. But if I'm taking an Indian remedy like this, I might need, say, 25 drops also, 40 drops also. Yeah, so because they are already diluted, but these are original. So you can put it in a 500 ml of water bottle. Yeah, like Suppose you have a water bottle, take usually a glass bottle, don't take a metal or something, put into this, and say, suppose you are using only one remedy, add say 40 to 50 drops in 500 ml. But if you are using 5 remedies, put 10 drops of each remedy. So we need to decide how many remedies we are putting or how many drops we need to put. And don't worry, there won't be any side effect. Even if you're putting it less or more, it's energy, so it works. And even if you don't have a remedy with you and if you have taken your Healy analysis, you just keep chanting the name of the remedy. The energy will just come to you. My daughter used to do that. When she had a small baby and she has to carry baby for so many hours and she can't go to put the baby down, because the moment she put the baby down, the baby will be awake. And she'll be so physically tired because she's a new mother also at that time. She'll keep chant remedy called elm. Elm is something for overwhelming, and olive. So she'll keep chanting elm, 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 olive, 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 olive. Gosh, and she's so strongly attuned to those remedies from childhood. She has strong belief that when I'm chanting the remedy energies are coming into my aura. And it's to work for her, So you can chant the names of the remedies. Small babies, even if you keep the remedies near the cradle, the energy of the remedy goes. Sometimes two partner and one partner is refusing to take the remedy, the other partner takes the remedy, opposite person energy will change. Okay, so there are no limitations where these energies are concerned. If the person is in coma, the other person can take the remedy for that person's energy to change also. Okay, so experiment with it. Just don't, put your limitations or put your mind into it.
I agree. Okay, the last question, and then we finish for tonight. Usha, hope I pronounced that correctly.
Hi Petra. Hi
Hello.
Kirtida. So nice to have this session, I have learned Pashkar also from one Dr. Naran sir from Chennai only from past 10 years. And even I have got a lot of experiences. But your experience is too good. And so well you have explained and, told us. So I'm so happy. I will meet you personally or connect to you to ask you so much more, very much, yeah. And chanting helps. You know what I do? We are taught to, suppose we are too busy, chant 100 times in any glass of water and sip it whole day, And we mostly use pills, but this is drops, right? This is drops. Because drops is more concentrated and pills is always better. But I'm so happy. Both of you did a very great work, good work. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you for
with the
sharing.
Indian remedies, you can make pills. With the imported remedies, you can't make pills. With the original remedies, you have to take it directly or put it in water. But with the Indian remedies, you can put it in the pills, because they have that homeopathic tincture inside it. The pills will absorb it.
Yeah, but then that must be more effective, right?
More effective. As I'm telling you, just holding the bottle in your hand itself will give you that energy. It's very effective.
It's so nice. Yeah. No, it really works wonders. It really works wonders. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you for sharing, Usha.
Yeah,
thank you. Okay, so that is it for tonight. I would love to thank Kirtida for coming and sharing her beautiful knowledge and her time with us tonight. And I am so blessed to meet you physically and to have you here and connect with you, and for everyone to join us tonight. Of course, if you have questions, Kirtida is also in the Facebook group, so you can actually post questions in there. As always, our group is open to you. We have enormous amount of amazing people with so much knowledge in our Facebook group. I am honored and blessed to have that, honestly, and to be a part of that. So thank you, Kirtida, for coming tonight. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for opening your heart and your time. I am honestly, truly blessed. And we will be seeing you next week. Next week, we are looking into vital substances on our Blue app. And then, oh my God, we are in December. We are almost at the end of the year. And I finally put in our Mag Healing Meridian training for December. So that's coming up till the end of the year. And we only have a few sessions left in this year before we go to holidays, before we start the new year 2025. I don't know who ate this year, if I'm honest. Please tell me, because I will pull it out of you, because it went so fast. But thank you again, everyone, for coming. Have a beautiful night and afternoon wherever you are. Have a beautiful weekend, and I'll be seeing you next Thursday. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, Petra. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Katrina. Enjoy. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Yeah.